Create valuable content. Give, give, give. They'll come back to you with more questions. Then there lies your existing opportunity to diversify your business, creating resistance. So, what if we were to create marketing content to showcase your perspective, your insight, and your knowledge? Oftentimes, there's this temptation to say, I sell shoes, these are the sizes of the shoes. I sell sunglasses, these are the colors of the sunglasses. I sell cakes, here are my cakes. That's not valuable. We all know what the average human shoe size is. And we all know the colors of the rainbow. And we all can kind of guess what cakes there are. Now, what would it look like to create value if I just listed those exact same businesses? Leading with valuable marketing to a small group of people is, I sell shoes, here's the best way to select the right pairs to go on vacation. I sell sunglasses, take this 4-question quiz to know how to pick the right sunglasses for your face shape. I sell cakes, here's a checklist on how to choose the best flavor for your wedding guests. We're still selling the same thing, but we lead with value and not with the sale. Because the thing that I have noticed is that the most powerful marketing to any business, any entrepreneur, any discipline, any industry, any platform, is that when you display unique insight into your customers' desires and offer solutions to their questions, you kill the game. When you have the humility to create content into their deepest desires, how do you know their deepest desires? When you know who you're speaking to. How do you know who you're speaking to? By asking yourself hard questions. How do you ask yourself hard questions? Give yourself 25 minutes to say, who am I speaking to and who am I going to put a stake in the ground for? Because now when I wake up and I think to myself, dang it, I need to create content that will ultimately attract the type of person in my sphere, and so I can offer so much value that my business becomes an irresistible offer. He or she cannot live without it. Number one, who is your client? We already went through all of that. When tonight, when you wanted just a couple glasses of wine, sit down, start journaling, talk to this person so they become real to you. And then ask yourself, what does my dream customer need help with? What does my dream customer need help with? Make a list of 20 things. If you can't come up with a list of 20 things, you're going to ask your community or you're going to ask your team, what do they need help with? So, true life story that happened this past week. I thought to myself, I get asked often about my Instagram stories, but not just like a how-to. It's, Jasmine, how can I get discovered on Instagram stories? And I thought to myself, you know what? Created a video, how to get discovered using Instagram stories, posted it out on social media, but I also created an optional opt-in. Share this free content out online with a video, IGTV, YouTube, Facebook, running to an opt-in that converted at 87%. In less than 24 hours, we had already gotten 950 free leads into a funnel based on something that I sell on the back end for Instagram. Why are we creating content with such specificity driven on value? Number one, we convert them into customers. How am I still dealing with churn? How am I still growing? How do we have month-over-month growth? Content that's based on value, no sale. I speak to them, I build trust, we win. So the goal of creating valuable content is to position yourself as a professional. I know that you're only in this room because you're a professional. I know that. What experience, what story, what are you putting out for somebody to say, I choose you of every real estate agent. I choose you for every mortgage broker. I choose you to buy your online course than the litany of other options that are being offered. Because the thing that I have to be very careful with is that I will never stand in front of a group of people and say, 10 days to 1,000 new followers on Instagram. I will never say that. Because the game isn't about followers. And if anybody told you it was about followers, you done heard wrong. Why? The algorithm changes everything. The algorithm does not reward 10 million followers. What does the algorithm endorse? Cosign? Engagement. Engagement. Instagram, algorithm. Facebook, algorithm. Twitter, algorithm. YouTube, algorithm. Snapchat, algorithm. Did anybody and the largest leading social platforms say, get more followers. No, they said serve a small group of people really well. Your account will go farther with 100 people who are hot and engaging with you than 10,000 people who just scroll past your feed. You have run the risk of less people seeing your Instagram feed with 20,000 people if people aren't engaging within the first 10 to 24 hours. 10 minutes to 24 hours. Instagram won't tell us what that number is. If you ain't getting that in the beginning, very few people are going to see what you do. So let's break this down in the simplest terms before we get into Q&A. If you were to speak to a small group of people about things they liked, offered great insight, and presented value with your business, there's a good chance people would talk back to you. You go into a cocktail party and you say, hey, my name is Jasmine Starr, I'm a photographer and business strategist from Newport Beach. What do? Novel. You'll get people to talk back to you. Hey, this is how I spend my holidays, but making a priority for time and family in spite of my busy business as a photographer. How do you make time for your family? So I'm trying to eat better. I'm doing some meal planning. Here's what I'm doing for the week. I strongly think that meal planning is going to be important because it'll save time during my entrepreneurial day. Here's a recent recipe. If you guys want to talk about entrepreneurship and or meal planning, leave a comment here. This is me at a cocktail party, starting conversations, and that is what we need to do on social media. So before we get into Q&A, the one question you have to ask yourself is, once you build your I Dream customer profile, and once you understand the questions that your business and you are uniquely qualified to answer and or offer, once you do those two things, the market will talk to you. Period, the end. Create valuable content, give. They'll come back to you with more questions. Then there lies your existing opportunity to diversify your business, creating residual income, passive income, and opening your eyes to what the market wants, not what you think the market should want.